We discussed in last session about the five leadership styles, particularly main decision-making leadership styles. How leader can take decisions depending upon that three different types of leadership styles we have seen. We have seen the difference between that. I told you how to assess your leadership or decision-making leadership styles also. If you could not assist now today you can do it, because if you will not implement the learning, if you will not assist yourself, there is no use of attending value-added course. If you'll keep it on pending, I will just assist myself Saturday, Sunday. That day is not going to occur. So today at least you assess. I posted the link in the chat box. You assess yourself, focus on that your decision making leadership styles, and think what will be the changes required. I have given you leadership journal, not to keep just in your folder, but just to put some reflections, some learnings, some your goal settings with respect to leadership. And even if you will not work on that goals, it's okay. But at least keep your goal statement ready. So doing this, your brain will start working. Okay. And in third module, you will come to know by doing these works how brain automatically will start manifesting that. Okay, so what I am telling, at least you do enter some goal statement with respect to your leadership in your journal. Okay, and then when you want to work on that, at that time you can open that journal. But now from today you must go ahead with respect to your leadership knowledge and with respect to your leadership qualities and skills. So let us discuss six leadership styles is a bureaucratic leadership. And we have seen the main difference. I told you in simple language what is bureaucratic leadership, where it will be that. So it relies on a clear chain of command, strict regulations and compliance by its followers. So name only implies bureaucratic. So, as the name implies, this is a leadership style that's commonly found in government entities as well as military and public organizations. If you see the central government or military organizations, especially government, then it will be no excuses for anything. No creative things are there. Whatever rules, regulations are there, leader has to follow that. Again, leader will be very strict, means you have to follow the same as if it is given. Okay, so therefore bureaucratic leadership is used in particularly military. But in military and public organization, if you'll start using other leadership styles, then a lot of drawbacks will be achieved. So bureaucratic is well suited only for these organizations. Their other leadership styles will not give much output. Okay, that's why it is important. So pros are stable in terms of job security and outcomes. So if you just see when government job is there, it is security, secure job is there as rules and regulations are there. Removes favoritism from the equation. Okay, so there is no favoritism like private companies or organizations. Rule is there. Your promotion will occur as per rules. Your increment will occur. So these are that types of things. And if you will consider as a leader, when leaders are bureaucratic, then they will also get this benefit because they are following the norms. Leaders, they will get the secured and outcomes also, and removes favoritism because everything is clear cut image. So very clear roles will be there, responsibilities, expectations for leaders and for the team members. Lot of clarification is there, rules, responsibilities, everything is there. Highly visible set of processes and regulations. So you will get on record, GRs are there, statutes are there that will guide you. Okay, so everything is of visible things. But what will be the cons? Inefficient, since everything has to go through a chain of command. If you see, you go in any government organization and just see that you want to do this improvement and this, no clear cut decision will be obtained in a short time span. Lot of chains of procedures are there, lot of procedures are there, time is wasted, then money will be also wasted. Like that, it is inefficient system. does not encourage an individual's personal and professional growth. Suppose you are creative and just creativity is there, and if you will do government job, that will be not satisfying you. So when I was in B class, I had made my decision. I will never work in government organization because during visits I had seen how the people's work, and then how it is just aimless, directionless. I used to think, and I was thinking, what is the creativity of that person? Everything is set away, and then I will not join government job. That was my decision. Okay, so it will not encourage individual persons. So stifles creativity, innovation, and free thinking. This was my reason why I had that done decision. So does not foster collaboration and relationship between within the teams. Okay, so if you'll see government organizations, collaborations, relationships, professional, huh? Personals are too many, but professional teamwork and this, it will be missing, not appropriate as compared to other styles. It can make it difficult to respond to change. So, in such a organizations where bureaucratic leaders are there or leadership is there, change is very difficult. So, recommendation for other organization is only 2 out of 5, less likely to recommend. So you check how is your leaders, surrounding leaders in your home, where the bureaucratic leaders are there, your mother or father or wife or husband. So that way you can just understand that, and you should consider that style how it is going to work for your children's also, for your friends also. If you will start leading like a bureaucratic, then nowadays it never works. It was the old days. It used to happen, bureaucratic leadership in the home for the children's. Nowadays it is not going to work. Then charismatic leadership. It is defined by a leader who uses their charisma is there, charismatic. So communication skills, persuasiveness is there, charm to influence. आपण म्हणतो मराठीत काय करिश्मा करून गेला. तर charm, influence काय केला. Such a leaders are creating impacts on the others, team members. So charismatic leaders give their ability to connect with people on a deep level are especially valuable within organizations that are facing a crisis or struggling to move forward. So, when suppose you will consider challenges are there in any organizations, some crisis is there, no developments are happening, and the organization is not going well. Such an organization needs charismatic leadership, and if leader will not be like creating impact and infecting on the team members, persuading the team members, the organization will never will go ahead. So pros of this charismatic leadership is highly inspirational and motivating. So when you will become charismatic leader, others will be inspired, motivating, encourage a sense of companionship, collaborations, and union, makes followers feel heard and understood, then creates movement towards positive change. Why these benefits will be there? Because communication skill is there. So every team member's opinion will be valued. They communications from leader to the team members will happen. So they will feel that they are heard and understood also. Creates movement towards positive change also. So this I have experienced in my life. Okay, so it creates very good impact. Means if you are encouraging leaders, inspiring leaders, communicating well, just understanding the difficulties of all the team members, then that creates good impact. But what are the cons? Cons, it can become more focused on themselves than their people. So charismatic leaders are interested in creating the impact, and then they will be focused on only self. My impact should be good and my charisma should be good. Then what about the team members? Sometimes there will be cone that the leader will be focusing on only self interest rather than others, has the potential to become self serving. So it has potential to become self serving. Cons, is it a cons? Has the potential to become self-serving? Means that leader is charismatic, interested in creating persuasiveness and self-interest and self-impact. So leaders will just focus on self, what I can do with respect to others. But what others can do, that corner will be forgetting. What others can work in the team, what are the actual goals of the team, what they will do. No, I will, if I will charismatic leader, I will think on my impact, my goals, my this. So only I will be considered. Frequently viewed as a shallow or untruthful. So this is viewed as shallow, means पोकळ, आपण म्हणतो ना पोकळ वाद आहे नुसता, तो काय नुसतं मिरवतो, त्याला काय नुसतं हे. काही लीडर्स असे असतात की इम्पॅक्ट करणारे असतात, तर तिथे दिस इज कन्सिडर ॲज अ निगेटिव्ह आस्पेक्ट्स विथ निगेटिव्ह मिनिंग. मीन्स करिश्मा आपण जसं म्हणतो हिरो, देर आर टू मिनिंग्स, पॉझिटिव्ह मिनिंग अँड निगेटिव्ह मिनिंग. So here, while considering these cons, negative aspect of charisma is considered. So just it is not charisma or influence or आपण डामडौलारा दाखवणं म्हणतो, मिरवणं म्हणतो, शो वर्क म्हणतो. So therefore the things will be shallow because everything is going on show work, untruthfulness. Only creating self impact is there. So you observe surrounding you, you will find out this charismatic leadership, negative aspects also and positive aspects also. So recommendation for this is 3 out of 5. Might recommend for certain purpose. Okay, that creating impact, persuading, it is important at least in the beginning when leaders will join, start leading newly initial stages, then charismatic leaders will create good impact. Then servant leadership. So it puts the needs and well-being of followers first. You just start thinking what is your leadership styles. So these types of leaders adopt a serve first approach. I told you with the picnic example, I told you all these leadership style in my own word, but now here I am telling you what are exact pros and cons. So when we are planning picnic, I told you in servant, just suppose I am a leader and I will say you, okay, what can I do, what can I do, what is your work, I will just serve for you. Like that servant type leadership will just do. Piyush Raut, Piyush Raut has joined just now. Okay, I just check it. So servant leadership style, goals, what are that? Focuses on the development and growth of others. Because see, when it is asked what I can do, when leader is asking what I can do for everybody's role, for everybody's problem, that means it is focused on the development and growth of others rather than creating the impact or creating the charisma. It can lead to improved performance, innovation, and collaboration because everybody is considered, everybody's problems are solved, everybody's need is served by the leader. So definitely team performance is improved, innovations will also happen, collaborations will happen because team members will start, I'm getting some help. It is not that only I have to do the work. Leader is also doing, leader is also sitting along with me to do that. So there is a proper feeling of doing the work with motivations, encouragement, different. Here, team members will try to create impact, charisma, influence on the leaders. Therefore, this is just what different. It creates a safe environment where people aren't afraid to fail. People will be not afraid to fail. Why? Because whatever will be my difficulty, my leader is doing that work, solving that. It reduces turnover and disengagement. So turnover will be also whatever cost is there, that will also reduce. Disengagement reduce will be there. So disengagement will be reduced, increases trust with the leaders. So definitely relationship with the leaders will be good. Now, top 6 leadership styles with examples of great leaders. We'll watch it. What are the topmost leadership styles? If you will see transformation leaders, see the recommendation, it is good. Bureaucratic, it is important in government and military organization.